Hey guys, Moneyman300 got another tuning video here today. This time we have the R Class Saleen S7, super cool car. I've been wanting to build one of these for a while, just haven't gotten around to it. So did this in R Class because that seems to be the class that this car is the most competitive in. If you look at the leaderboards, it does very well on all of the speed tracks. I'm running it here today on Sebring short. Should do well on all the Sebring tracks, the Silverstone, Le Mans. Gets up to about 247 on the long straightaway on Le Mans old. Could even be faster if you pull the arrow off of that or take the arrow down. Probably get you up in the 250s. So gonna run really well on all the speed tracks. Still handles okay. It's, it's not the best turning car, but it's a beast for speed. And my rival here is in 500th place, and this is the second lap after running, that first lap. You get those tires warm, so hopefully the tires are warmed up and see what we can do here. All right. So I think my rival looked like he was running a Zonda, so definitely going to turn better than this. As you guys know, that's a pretty good handling car. My goal here with this car is just to get it straight, right? And then use his speed. I'm going to lose in the turns a little bit to handling cars. The goal really with this car is just to get through these parts of the track. Really didn't want to shift down to first there like I did. And you'll see the speed when you come down the straightaway. Should be able to catch him through here. Just don't know if I'll be enough in front of him. And look at that, just walk. This would be a great lobby car because of that. Just handles, that Zonda just handles like a beast. And I missed a turn there, or missed a shift point there. And 109.4, not quite enough. We'll see what we can do on this next lap. Be better if I could stay in front of him more early. There you go. It outbrakes me too. I think it's a lighter car. Oh, that was a really good turn. I bumped the turn strip and it knocked me off. Might have to raise this just a touch. Because that little turn strip probably shouldn't have knocked me off like that. Just stay in front of him here nicely. Oh, am I going to get him? Just barely. So we did beat him there. Get in there, and my dog wants out. So okay, so there's that there. We will end that right there, and 119.058. So we did get him. It did take us till the third lap, but as you can see, you can run that right up into the top 500. Really, no issues at all with that. So we'll move ahead here and show what place that puts us in, and then go take a look, head over to the garage and take a look at our parts and tune. Okay, so 442nd, not great, but that was only my third lap. Definitely a lot more in this car. Run that right up into the top 100. Fully capable of that with just a little bit better driving and better laps. So let's head on over to the garage and check out our parts and tune. Okay, so here we are over in the garage. Let's go take a look at our parts. Man, that car looks sweet. If you do want to download the paint, there's a slightly customized paint job. It's really just yellow with some black accents here and there, but it looks pretty cool. So I do have it shared out there if anybody is interested in downloading it. But let's hop into it here. So as always, we will start with our engine conversion area, and we do have an engine swap in this one. It's the second engine. It's the 6.0 liter V12. So you can see it there, and let's, while we're in here, might as well just take a look at our numbers real quick. Overall, it's a speed of 9.6. I mentioned that it's pretty quick. Handling 6.2, acceleration 9.5, and launch of 9.4. Braking 6.7. Hey, if I sound a little weird, a little nasally, it's because I've been battling a little sickness here the last day or so. Still a little stuffed up, dealing with that. But anyway, we got, that's not really the numbers I want to look at, 1,081 horsepower. I mentioned I had over 1,000 horsepower, so that is what makes it a little tough to control if you don't have traction control. 765 foot-pounds of torque, coming in at 2,542 pounds, 42% of that to the front, and 6.0 liters of displacement. So we have that one. I did play around with the next one up also, but there aren't any engine parts you can put on this one. You can just take off the restrictor plate, and it's really hard to make it to the top of Class R with that. So the second one is the one you want to go with here. And then I also have the aspiration conversion and have the twin turbo on there. And you do need to get that. I don't know that you can even get to the top of R Class if you don't put that twin turbo on there. And then no drivetrain, did not take that up to an all-wheel drive. So that's the engine area, or the engine conversion. So let's head over to the engine parts then. So we're going to have, and most of this is going to be race. So we have race intake. There's a couple of these that won't be. Race fuel system. Race ignition. Race exhaust. And I believe we have the camshaft. Yep. Race cams and valves. Valves. Yep. Race valves. Displacement. We do have stock displacement. That was 2 PI, and I was trying to get it. It was like look at 37 horsepower for 2 PI, and I couldn't quite get it balanced out right. But took it off there, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure how much difference that extra horsepower makes when you already have almost 1,100 horsepower anyway. But I did have the stock engine block on there, and then race pistons and compression, and then we are stock intercooler and stock flywheel. So that's all of the engine parts. Let's head over to platform and handling, where we're going to have race everything. So I don't need to go into each one of these. I'm pretty sure I had race roll bar. Yes, I did. And as well as race weight reduction. So race everything there. And then into our drivetrain area, we're going to have the sport transmission. You know, what was interesting is it actually adds PI and weight to go to stock. So we're on sport. I just found that interesting, not sure why that is. And then also our race differential. So let's head on over to the tires. There's not as much as you can do here, but I have the race tire compound on here. And then I believe, yeah, we just have the regular. I did not touch the wheels on here. On these supercars, I tend to leave those alone. You could probably come in here and grab some stuff. I could actually drop like 9 pounds off the car. Probably be a good idea. You know, grab something in here, drop 6 pounds off, drop 11 pounds off with that one. It actually would probably be good because you could drop a little bit of weight, come in here and find you a set of wheels that still look pretty nice. Go grab those. Actually, we're changing on the fly. No, but probably want to come in and grab wheels. I just didn't come back in and look after I got it at 900. Realize that it looks like you can get an extra up to, looks like 11 pounds. So I can get another 2 pounds out of that. And it just depends on what you want to do. So if I want to go with these, looks like that would be our final weight, which changes our weight down to 2531. Not a big deal, but it does allow you to make the car a little bit lighter, which is a good thing. I did not change the wheel sizes at all. I left them both stock front and back. It looks like actually, could I change both? I can only change the front, which is interesting. Huh. Anyway, I didn't mess with that. Obviously, or you could see that there. So, and then aero, we have both the front and back Forza aero, so I'm not going to go into that. Let's hop in now to our tune here. Get in here, and we'll start with the tires. We have 28 and 28, pretty standard there. Gearing ended up at 4.05. That was quite a bit less, and you might be able to play around with this a little bit more if you're adjusting for top speed or for acceleration, but I found this to be a nice balance point to be at. In our alignment, we have negative 2.8, negative 2.7, running that higher camber. Like you see on most of my tunes, the toe is default, so we're 0 and negative 0.2, and the caster angle, it actually dropped that a little bit. I was getting some understeer Actually, I had that up to 5.5, and I didn't like the way it felt at all. So I tried it at 4.5, and I really liked the way that felt. So we're at 4.5 on the caster angle. Roll bars 10.11 and 20.81. The front is pretty low because I was trying to tune the understeer. This thing tends to understeer a little bit, so drop those front roll bars so that in that mid corner we can get the car to turn in just enough. It's kind of a longer car, and being more of a speed car, it doesn't turn great anyway, but this really helps it. And then what we'll see in our springs, 478.3 in the front and 573.9, 6.3 and 6.8 if you saw in the drive, where I actually kind of bounced off of a strip and I didn't really like the way that came off. You might consider raising these each maybe 2 inches and go here, something like this. Probably going to help on that. For now, I'm just going to leave it and try not to drive over them, but I don't know, maybe I'll bump it up one. We'll go 1 each. So we'll compromise right in the middle. Our rebound, pretty typical rebound for most of my tunes. Going to be obviously stiff for the rebound and soft for the bump. But we have 9.0 and 10.2 for rebound, and 2.0 and 2.5 for the bump stiffness. I went full aero on this with that speed, trying to help keep it low to the ground, help keep control in those high speeds. Like I said, if you're running on a Le Mans Old, you could consider just pulling all the air off of here and going to get just that much more speed on that straightaway. Like I said, I got to about 247. You could probably get up in over 250, but you may have to change your gearing. So that's the only thing. Brake balance, I ended up at 55. I'm not sure I'm still 100% happy with this. I had it at 53. Felt like I was locking them up a little more than I wanted. I put it at 50. I had it at 47, 48. Couldn't really find a place where I was comfortable. 55 seemed pretty good. That's a little higher than I normally go. I think it has to do with the weight distribution, but for now I'm just going to leave it there, but I might continue to play around with that a little bit just to get it dialed in just a little bit better. And then our differential, going to run them really low, all that horsepower. I got 15% acceleration and then 10% on the deceleration. So that's all the parts and tune. I think you guys are really going to like this car. Should do well in the lobbies with that speed. It's going to give you good passing ability in the straightaways on those speed tracks, and still manageable around the turns. So overall, it's a great car. Really going to have fun driving it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.